Get this situated right. There we go. Hey, how's everyone doing? My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and today I'm going to show you 3 mistakes or skills that you should just drawing skills that you should implement when drawing the nose that will help you avoid making big nose mistakes. We'll go over them as we draw our picture, but I am glad that you are here with me. Right here to the left is the photo that we'll be drawing from. But before we do that, let's quickly go over talking about a nose. Okay, so the basic construction of a nose, I'm going to just come over here, use my little yellow pad for this, of course, is you start with a glabella. Glabella is this center point right here, right between your eyes, all right? And we could do, it's kind of like almost like kind of an hourglass in a way, just like this. Then we're going to come down here into the bridge of a nose, right? And down here, I've always used this trick where you kind of use like a man's tie, okay? But really in all reality, you want to think this more as a ball, okay? A sphere. And then on either side, you're going to have the wings of the nose, and you could cup these like this, you see? And then over here, cup it over here as well. And then this will come down here and form the septum of the nose, just like that. Okay? So just remember this. If you're going to draw it from a 3/4 view, you would probably have a center line there. Here's your glabella on this side. All right, so I'm going to show more on this side than this over here, right? This is the bridge coming down. This gives way to the tip of the nose. All right, look at this. All right, then because it's 3/4, I'm going to show more of this wing, and then instead, and a little bit of this wing, because this is overlapping. You see that? So I want you to really master this concept right here. All right? If you really get the hang of this idea, you will it will really help you get your noses locked in. Don't oversimplify it, okay? Don't make your bridge too dark here. Don't overdefine your bridge. And most importantly, I want you to trust what you see and not what you think. All right. So really carefully observe the nose. Don't just drop it down what you think it looks like. Really observe it. So those are the 3 things that I think that will help you if you don't avoid them. That is oversimplification. Okay. Over defining the nose. And thirdly, trust what your eyes see and not what you think. All right? All right, let's go ahead and draw this portrait of this man. I'm going to position this right up here like this. Okay, ready? I'm going to hold my pencil very lightly to begin with here. And we'll start with a sphere. Start with a sphere. Next part, I like to establish where the brow line is. Brow line is, you could take your fingers and it goes right generally through the eyebrows, and you can feel your temples on either side. Remember that there. So let's look at our picture here. And I'm just going to lightly drop my brow line in. Next, we're going to want to get the center line. This is the center line of the face like this, you see? And this is 3/4 view. So we want to, I'm looking at this man here, and, you know, it's falling in just about like that. That's the center line. Next step, I want to find the temples, and I'm going to take my fingers, and you could feel them on your own head. The temples are the little corners. I like to think of them as the corners of the face. Okay, so we have one that's right here on the edge, right there. Then we get the center. Now you want to make sure that you push this one out just a bit because it's 3/4. You see. This is the T of the face, as you can see. It's like a cross section, and we hang everything on that T. All right, let's get the side of his, the sides of a head are usually flat. So let's flatten this out here. And if you didn't know, if we're going to flatten this side, we should actually kind of also flatten this side as well. I'm just going to drop a flat line just like that to help remind me. Right over here, let's go ahead and drop a straight line. This is going to help signify that side is flat. And if you're watching right now, do me a monster favor. Make sure you take a minute and like the video. That's so helpful in me growing the channel. And make sure that if you're watching it, do like the video, please. And even better, tell me one area in the comments, maybe put down one area of the head you have the most difficult drawing, and maybe we can focus on that next week. Okay, down here in this section, this always the ear. So we'll leave that blank for right now. We'll come back, drop the ear in, but let's come back to the center here, and let's start right here with the beginning of his nose and draw the glabella. Now, at this point, I'm going to hold my pencil really lightly. So I'm just going to come in here like this. Remember, it's 3/4, so I'm going to come a little bit wide. Now he has an interesting nose. Look, you could really see how round the tip is, plus the distance. I'm looking closely. The distance from the tip of his nose to his glabella, that's a very short distance. So if I'm here now, I'm going to come down here. Maybe it's right in here, and I'm going to just like that. I'm going to keep it light right now. Now, look at that. His nose is slightly, and this is where you have to look closely. His nose is slightly tipping up. You see that? It's tipping up. So look at this side of his nose here. And if I go to the tip, you see, it's actually coming literally straight down. So what we're doing is we're drawing the construction. Drawing the construction. Coming over here now. And then it's coming out like that. You see that? Trying to block this thing down. Block it out. So here's the center line. When the center line hits the tip of his nose, it's going to go out like this, you see? It's going to go out, and it's going to come in underneath. One of the best ways, I think, is to don't worry about getting the likeness. What you really want to focus on is getting the construction. Getting the construction down. The likeness will take care of itself. Okay, let's continue to build his face. Let's come down in here into his septum. We're going to come down here. And then the mouth, the teeth are round. They're very round. So our lips and our mouth are built around that. That's called the ball of the mouth. So, and usually the ball of the mouth will go like behind your nose, come all the way down here and behind your chin. So let's come over here, right about here, and let's build this ball of the mouth. And of course it's 3/4 view, so this side's going to be a little bit further away from that center line. These are all part of construction. All right, so dropping down from his nose here. Let's get the center V of his upper lip, the center V of his upper lip. So you can see if I look closely now, it's a little bit lower on that side, and then it goes up a little bit higher on that side. You see that? Next, we want to look for the corners of his lips, corners of his mouth, I apologize, corners of his mouth. And let's start with this. Here's the edge of his nose now. So this other one is not too far. I'm going to say it's right about there. I'm looking at the distance from the V to the corners of his lips, and I'm going to put a little dot right there. From the top here, now where is that? It's going to be maybe right across like that. Next, we want to look for the top of his lip. So now this gets a little tricky. So here's the corner. So let's just get this top, draw it lightly. We always want to start off lightly because that way we can come back and go dark if we have. We will go dark, but it's easier to correct if it's drawn lightly at first. It's kind of like you are feeling your way in darkness is really what it comes down to. And so as the structure of the face comes into more view, then you can go darker. Okay, let's get the top, bottom of his lip, and it's relatively, look at our model here. It's very flat. You see that? So let's see. Let's just kind of come in here. It's flat right along like this. And so that flatness, believe it or not, is starting to build the bottom lip. So if you look at the lip on this side, okay, the bottom lip, this bottom lip circles around here, and then over here now, it goes around. Almost like that. And now look at the bottom line of his lip. It's very flat. You see that? So we'll just very lightly just drop in a flat line just like this. Okay, let's continue to build here. So let's drop down a little bit further. Look at this. This is where his chin starts. So there's the edge of his chin. And he has that beard, but that's okay. Now, One thing you could do is this is what I like. Let's just say I'm trying to establish how big the ball of this chin is. Well, if I look at the photograph, it's about the same size as the amount of space his nose is taking up. So I could look at my picture, envision this down here, and then I could just lightly drop it down here. Now, again, we're 3/4 view. So don't forget to put more on this side than on this side. Another thing that helped me earlier on when I was practicing drawing portraits, all of these steps that I am suggesting, I just made a list of them and put them on a post-it note and put that right by my drawing board. So that's a great reminder. And if you're looking for a great home with other people who love to draw, you might want to join our Facebook group. I'll put a link in the comments as soon as we're done here. I'd love to have you. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. I'm going to make next year the year that I could get maybe past 50,000. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's continue on. So we've got our chin here. Now, what I like to look at is the cheek over on this side here. And where is the cheek out the furthest, you see? And where does that line up? So his cheek looks like it's lining up right with the bottom of his nose. And this is his temple, so I know this is gonna come in here for his eye line, but then I'm gonna wanna come out. There's his cheek. And it can come right down. That I may have drawn that out too far. Let's see if I can make an adjustment here. All right, I think that looks a little bit better. Let's go ahead and get his eye line in. All right, this is going to give way right into his head here. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get the rest of his nose in here. So let's come in here. Look at this. I'm going to just feel that sphere. It's going to go right into the septum. And then look at this. On this side here, I can see that one nostril just coming in there. It's like a wing, you see? On this side, all right, let's draw this nostril as well. Now, we're going to come in here. And where is the bottom of this? This is what I'm looking for, the relationship here. And this is like a small arch. And then I'm going to come up a little bit. And his nostril is going to come from the in. Look closely now. Inside here. I was watching this movie the other day. It's called The Patriot. And these little kids this Mel Gibson is the Patriot. And he's teaching his boys how to shoot. And he says, miss small, aim small, miss small. And, the same thing comes with drawing. As we start to make the areas smaller, it's easier for us to find a little bit more success. Let's see. Ralph says, Kurt, do you still have your post-it note of your guidelines? Would be nice to have it. It is, Ralph. In fact, I'll tell you what. I will make that available for everyone. Just make sure that you will make sure you leave a comment for sure on the video that you would like those. I'll tell you what. This is what we'll do. If you would like a copy of those post-it note of the of my steps, leave a comment that you want that, and then I will reply to your comment, and we'll get it to you. Okay, great ask, Ralph. Okay, so let's keep coming here. Let's get down here now. We got our eye line established, and I always like to look at the tear ducts first. Okay, so where does the tear duct lines up? Let's go over here. That tear duct is covered by the rim of the glasses, but we can see it's right there. So let's just come in here. There's a tear duct right about there. What about the other side? Okay, now this tear duct, if I use the wing of his nose and line up, it's going to be right about there. I take that width. Now this gives me a good guideline of how wide to make my eyes. So I could come out here. And the only way, it may not be as wide because it is a, yeah, I'll send that to you. Just in the comments, Ralph, like I said, just say you would like it, and we'll, I'll tell you how I'll get it to you, okay? Okay, so there is the width of my eyes. Let's go ahead and get the upper eyelid here. Like that. That's one. Let's get this other one here. Now all I'm going to do now, I'm going to put my pupils in, but I'm going to keep them light because I'm going to come back and work at them. And I'm just going to come in with a solid tone, just like that. And then the same thing over here. I'm going to okay, look at that. Upper eyelid is coming in just like that. And then we've got this one. Now, on this side over here, look, this outside edge here, it's hugging the eyeball. Okay. All right, let's get his, I always love the bags of the eyes because that holds so much personality. Okay, let's come down and we got this. We got our, let's go ahead and drop at least the outline for his beard. So let's see, let's come down here to his chin, and you can see that his beard is kind of hugging his chin here, right? Come on up. I'm kind of looking at the negative space here. And very lightly, I'm just gonna kind of like outline where that beard is gonna go. Almost like you're an ant walking along his face. We'll come back in detail, but I'm just following. Look at back here by the ear. That beard is going to drop down. That's how I'm holding my pencil. Okay, now let's get his ear in. Here's his eye. Let's line his top. The top of the ear lines up with his eye. So start here. I'm going to come right over here now. And we're just going to use straight lines. And where does his earlobe line up? His earlobe lines up. The bottom of his earlobe lines up right around in here. So we'll come over here. Get that set up there. There's the outside contour of his ear. All right, we're going to go right around, get the kind of the C of the ear. You see that? You see that. Then this is the Y of the ear. So I'm going to come in here and I could look at this. I could draw the negative space. And there's the Y. Okay, let's talk about drawing hats. I really do like hats because they do add a lot of personality. When I draw a hat, first thing I notice is I eliminate the brim. Any brim, cowboy hat, baseball cap. This looks like a Greek fisherman's hat. I eliminate the brim and I'll only think of the cap. So if I'm here at the center line and if I look at the picture, the cap, not thinking about the brim, is going to be up here, you see, and it's coming around like this. And look over here where the ear is. It comes right here, right? So this I'm going to just draw an oval. Okay, so there's that rope brim coming around here now. Where is it over here? Okay, look at that. It's right above the ear, probably like this. Okay, let's get the cap part now. Look at this. Right here, it's coming below because it's coming behind. You see this? So now I could just come in here, use straight lines. All right, that's going to give me probably, I can make adjustments here still. It's going to come in down like this, I think. Okay, now let's get the brim. All right, the brim is easy once you have this down here. So I like to see where the brim comes in contact with the face and where the tip of the center of the brim is. So if I'm starting right here and I come down like this, the tip is going to be right around here. And then where it comes in contact to the face is right about there. So look at this here. This is going to bend down a little bit, small pieces. Over here now, where is the lowest point of the brim in relationship to this eye? If I go right above it's going to be right about there. Okay, now I can connect these up. So you go from peak to where it comes in contact with the face. All right, now let's look at this. This is his temple, and that brim comes right about the temple there. So we're going to come in just like this. All right, let's get the top of it. Top line here. Where is this? All right, it's going to come straight out here like this. We got that one. The only thing that was over here, we have this brass. Now, this is interesting. I have made a mistake. Don't you see? We all make mistakes, but we keep going. I believe that I have made the face. Let's see, what did I do here? Because there's the ear. This should be up here. You know what? I think I put this in the wrong spot, believe it or not. I think it should extend further out. And then this little brass ring would be more over here. So we're going to keep going here. Next, let's get his glasses, okay? Look at his glasses closely. Right, let's position the inside corner of his glasses. So we got one here. And then the other one, where does it line up with the nostrils of the nose? So it's like lines up right about here. Okay, so those are the inside part of his glasses. Let's go to the outside corners. So we're going to come, here's his eye. So one corner is going to be right about here. Look at that, right above the eye. I'm going to put a little dot there. Come over here now. Where's the other corner? All right, it's not here. It's going to be off. Where is it in relationship to this brim here? You see, everything I am drawing it in relationship to things that I've already drawn. All right, let's go ahead and get this rim in there. Rim there. Now this rim is going to come behind the nose. You see that? Okay, this one's going to come right into the nose like this. Look, this over here is almost a straight line. All right. Head goes back. Look at this. Hair covers that up a little bit. This side we're going to have the like if you're joining us a little bit late, I just ask that you please like the video and you subscribe to the channel. Let's come back over here before our time runs out and like finish up these lips a little bit. So the center of these lips, I'm going to come in a little bit darker now. There's that lip right there, and then it kind of goes in creaser. You see that? And generally upper lip is going to be a darker value. A little darker value. Now let's build this mustache. All right, let's get this hair in. So I'm just going to kind of like hit the edges a little bit. Oh, you know what I almost forgot is the back of his neck here. Look at this. This is coming down. I'm looking at the negative space in here. There's his t-shirt. Look at that. Boom, and then boom, like that. Where's his shoulder back over here? Look at this. This is the inside of his, that's the part of his beard there. And where does this little shoulder, you see this coming in here? Where does that line up with the rest of his face? And if I look straight up, okay, it's right about there. And then you can almost use the seam of his t-shirt there. Look at that. Okay, now it's a matter, now we have all this, now it's a matter to go in there and start adding some of the detail. We've got the construction down, now we go into detail. So this is where I'm going to start to develop this beard. And I think what we'll do is we'll just end it. I'm going to end it just with that. That has a lot for you to work through, get some of those details. I'll come back off the air and shade it, and I would only recommend when you shade, ask yourself this one simple question: is it in the light or is it in the dark? And try and just shade like dark and light, not like super dark, but don't try and avoid right now all these middle tones. Just, is it in the dark or is it in the light? And every part of the head that you look at, just determine which area that goes into. All right. Hey, that's what we got for this afternoon. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as Ralph said, if you would like a copy of my step-by-step, just mention it in the comments and I will reply and tell you how I could get it to you. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Okay.